equal in equality from all perspectives, and the comparison will be in terms of what? Either the quantity or certain other preference quantities, qualities, not the main qualities. So, if someone said, well, no, but they are human beings, then we say, excellent. And please, my dear sisters, listen to this. So, as a human beings, they are equal because all of them are human beings. Yes or no? There is no question about it to say, are they equal or not? If you are telling me, if I ask you from which perspective, and you said, well, they are a human being, okay, then they are equal. All you say, you just said that they are a human being. Okay? If you say, well, yeah, but they are different, then you said it that they are different. Is that clear? Yeah? If you say, well, they are human beings, then you said it, they are human beings. So they are equal from this perspective. If you said, yeah, but these are men and these are women, so you are differentiating between men and women. Yeah? So, this is the summary of this. Don't answer this question by yes or no, because if you say yes, you are wrong. If you say no, you are also wrong. You might say the maximum that you might say that we as Muslims don't compare between men and women. The comparison, yeah, normally comes from the mentality that they believe that there is kind of conflict, either this or that. Please do remember this. So, when I want to buy a car, shall I buy, for example, Mercedes or BMW? It is either this or that. But if you need both and both complement each other, you don't say, shall I buy Mercedes or BMW? You said, I need both, and this will do certain functions for me, and this will do other functions for me, and hence I need both of them. You cannot say, well, it is this or that. Similarly, in the society, in this life cannot operate without what? Without both working together, complementing each other. So don't say men or women, because we need both. Yeah? Is that clear? This is so important when we answer this question. Comparison comes when we need either this or that. Okay? Now, if someone says, yeah, but how they are? We said, no, we don't entertain the question. We just say, Allah Jalla wa Ala summarized the answer of this difficult question that humanity is struggling with it by saying what? وَلَا تَتَمَنَّوْا مَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بِهِ بَعْضَكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. In a chapter that is called a chapter of what? An-Nisa, the chapter of women. So, if the chapter was the chapter of men, Rijal, then women will say, well, this is a bias one, because even the name of the chapter is what? Rijal. But men, we have never said that this is biased. This verse is biased. Although this verse is in a chapter titled what? An-Nisa. Yeah? ولا تتمنوا ما فضل الله به بعضكم على بعض للرجال نصيب مما اكتسبوا وللنساء نصيب مما اكتسبوا. Men have, Allah Jalla wa Ala says, don't wish to have the virtues or the qualities that Allah Jalla wa Ala has given some over the others. Yeah? Men have their own qualities and virtues, and women have their own qualities and what? Virtues. Yeah? Okay? And وَاسْأَلُوا اللَّهَ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. Don't ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to have what Allah Jalla wa Ala has given others. And this is in general. We don't, if I see a human being who is richer than me, I said, oh, I wish that if I have his money. No, ya akhi. Let him have the money and what? Ask Allah Jalla ala, because Allah Jalla ala can give you, can give him, can everyone money and wealth. Yeah? Don't wish to have his money. His money is for him. Allah gave it to him. Simple. We are overcomplicating life. Yes, Hamza? Okay. So, للرجال نصيب مما اكتسب وللنساء نصيب مما اكتسب. Men have their own qualities, women have their own qualities. Ask Allah Jalla wa ala from His own bounties and virtues and fadl and generosity. إن الله كان بكل شيء عليما. Allah knows everything. So He knows that He created women, yeah, with certain qualities. He gave them certain virtues, yeah, and Allah Jalla wa ala knows that because He's the one who created men as well, and He gave them certain qualities and certain virtues, full stop. Men complement women, women complement men, full stop. Simple. Yeah, don't create problems between men and women. Yeah, and now, unfortunately, in so many non-Islamic societies, there is a tension between men and women. Yeah, there is a tension. Because of this, there is an identity crisis. And imagine a society that is based on individuals who don't know who they are. Do you think that the entire society will know who they are? There will be what? An identity crisis for the whole society. And the first point of, or the first element of success is what? Yeah, to know who you are and not to be confused, a disturbed person. And the whole society have to be stable, and they know the identity of the society or the individual, the identities of the individuals within that society. Okay, this is number one. Yeah? Number two, there is a question here. Okay, there is a question, which is, who is stronger, men or women? Yeah? And it is very, for me, is a stupid question, because you don't differentiate. As we said, you don't compare between two entities that have some differences, key differences. And online, you find that, well, there are studies that confirm that women are stronger than men. Yeah? And the stereotype that has been known that men are stronger than women is wrong. Again, no need to what? To have that comparison. But I would like to say something. That, yeah, we men, ma'ashara rijal, okay, we are physically strong and we have many strong equalities, but, and this is so important for our sisters, we are the weakest when? We are the weakest in front of women. We are the weakest in front of who? Women. Yeah? Who is married here? Okay. Who has a daughter? Okay. Now, we all know, married people, that we are the weakest in front of, not necessarily our women, but in front of what? Women. Now, when we say that we are weak in front of women, do you feel embarrassed to say that? No. No man, yeah, says that he's not weak in front of women. See, all young people here, they are proud to be what? Weak in front of women. But our old people here, those who are sitting on the chairs, they kept quiet. Because for them, why are you saying that we are weak in front of women? We are not weak in front of women. Maybe this is what they wanted to say. Brothers and sisters, when the man says, I am weak in front of women, I'm very weak in front of women. In fact, this man does what? No, sisters, come on, because this lecture is for you. If the man says that I'm so weak in front of women, it means that he is praising his manhood and masculinity, yeah, is it? Muscularity, man. Okay. And he's praising his muscularity and manhood, yeah, indirectly. Yes or no? Yeah, I am weak in front of women because I am a person, I have my own desires. Yeah, that's why. But when the person, like our old people here, sorry to say this, khalas, they are now weak and they don't have, yeah, desires towards women. No, I'm not weak in front of women. Yeah, that's why sometimes you might find married people for 30 years, 40 years, because the man now, he is not that much weak in front of his wife. So he does not tolerate that much. And he's willing to fight with her. And the wife, because she now is empowering herself by someone other than her husband, like her children, something. So she is also willing to fight, and they always fight. But for young people, if they are wise, not all the time, of course, yeah, because they feel that they are weak in front of their wives and they need their wives, yeah, okay, then they will tolerate a lot, yeah. But one condition, I know our sisters will say, what? I always fight with my what? With my husband. What are you talking about here? Yeah? And then let me mention the third point. Yes? The third point. What is the third point? We have said that the man is weak in front of what? In front of a woman, a female. Is not weak in front of what? A man. Therefore, my dear sister, if you want your husband to be weak in front of you and listen to you, yeah, and he does not stay very late until, yeah, does not stay late with his friends, and he takes you to your family and, okay, do whatever you like. What do you need to do? Yes, come on, sisters. You can use the mic. You can send a text if you feel embarrassed. Yes, what do you need to do? No one wants to have the audacity to answer the question. You need to be...
Be obedient. Somebody said be obedient.
Be obedient. No, okay, that is good, but let me say it differently. You need to be more feminine. You need to be what? More feminine. That's all. Believe me, my dear sisters. Yeah? If you show more femininity in front of your husband, I can guarantee that more than 50%, I believe more than around 70%. But you might say, no. So I don't want, let us be on the safe side. More than 50% of your problems will be solved. What? Minimum 50% of your problems with your husband will be what? Will be solved. By what? By what?
Be yourself.
Be yourself, and be yourself as what? Sorry. Be yourself as what? a female. That's all. Be feminine as Allah Jalla wa Ala created you to be feminine. And I'm really surprised now when they talk about feminism, yeah, and feminists. I say that's good actually. Yeah, that is very good. Feminism is really very good. Because we want our women to be what? Feminine. Yeah? But in reality, feminism means what? Means what is the word?
To be equal to the...
Yeah, no, what's the word? No, means يعني man, the opposite of feminism. Muscular. Yeah, not exactly muscular.
Macho.
Macho, there is another. Okay, anyway, feminism now, yeah? What is the opposite of feminism? No one sent anything? Okay. Feminism now means what? To be muscular. Come on, ma'am. You said that you want to be what? A feminist. Feminist is coming from what? Female. So be a female. That's good. But don't try to be muscular and then you say, I want to be a feminist. It doesn't work. Yeah? And that's why now there is a huge problem with feminism. And we have stage 1 of feminism, stage 2 of, or phase 1 of feminism, phase 2 with feminism, or phase or stage. Yeah, phase 3 of feminism. I don't know now, maybe there is post-feminism. And maybe they will introduce something else, ultra-feminism. Yeah. The point is, my dear sisters, and this lecture meant to be for you. Try it. I have tried it myself. Now someone says, you have tried it, what do you came up? No. I said with the sisters who come to us for counseling, I say to sisters, just control yourself and try to be as feminine as possible in front of your husband for 1 month, and then let us see how things will how things will be. Okay? Now, obedience to husband is an element of what? Of femininity. And the Prophet ﷺ said, if the lady prayed her 5 times, fasted her Ramadan, and obeyed her husband and preserved her chastity, on the day of resurrection it will be said to her, these are the 8 gates of paradise. Choose which gate you would like to enter paradise from. Allahu Akbar. Yani we will become like a Siddiqa. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that paradise has 8 gates, and some people go from Bab al-Salah, from Bab al-Siyam, some people enter paradise through the gate of prayer, the gate of fasting, the gate of birr al-walidain, righteousness to parents. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, will there be any person, Ya Rasulullah, who will enter paradise from any gate he wants? Here, يدخل من أبوابها الثمانية means he can choose. But those who will enter paradise through fasting, for example, or through kindness to parents, they will be, I don't know whether there will be a queue or not. They will go to that gate that gate only. But those Siddiqeen, mashallah, the best people, the best people. Imagine like VIPs. Whenever he wants to go, he can go. Everyone will say, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. So the VIPs in Jannah, the Siddiqun in Jannah, they will enter paradise from any gate they want. Subhanallah. We as men, in order to become Siddiqun and enter paradise from every single gate or any single gate we want, we have to fast a lot other than the normal fasting, other than the obligatory fasting. We have to pray, do qiyam al-layl, ya kanu qalilan min al-layl ma yahja'un, sleep little, pray a lot. We have to fast. Sometimes the days are long, hot and fast. You have to be kind to your parents. This is another gate. Okay, so we have to do a lot. Jihad comes, we have to do jihad. We have to sacrifice our life, our wealth, fi sabilillah. Wow, it is a difficult job, man. It is a very difficult job. But for our sisters, what do they need to do in order to become Siddiqat who enters paradise from any gate they want?
To obey this. Be obedient.
No. First of all, pray your 5 times. Even the Prophet ﷺ did not mention Sunnah. Fast your Ramadan. Of course, if you fast more, that is better. And preserve your chastity. And the most important thing, which one of the sisters told me, it is a very challenging one, which is what? To be obedient to your husband. This is part of what? Femininity. As simple as that. Femininity. Okay. So, my dear sisters, this is my advice, okay, to solve all your, or as I said, more than 50% of your problems. Okay, let us stop here. And if you have any question, please do ask. Yes. The priority is for our sisters. And if it is, this is live on YouTube. So if there are questions as well. Come on, brothers. Come on, sisters. Sorry. Come on, sisters. Ask the way you like. There are online questions. Right. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Someone asking an awkward question about contraception, whether it is only in Islam. About contraception. Sisters, I really, there are some other questions. I really, appreciate your questions and your needs for these points. But it is, you said awkward question. I'm really surprised that whenever we open the floor for sisters, they are asking about the same questions that have been asked for the past, I don't know how many years, 1,400 years. And those questions, there are the answers for those questions are available everywhere. In books, online now, just by pressing a button, you will see answers for all these questions. Right? Okay, another good, someone asked. Someone is saying, how do you navigate the society how do you navigate in a society, maybe the society that only values masculinity? This is a good question. The question says, how do you navigate within a society that only value, muscular or muscularity? Let me ask the sister, which society values muscularity and does not value femininity? Which society is this? If you are talking about non-Muslims, yes, there is a huge crisis within the non-Muslim countries regarding what? The balance between men and women. A huge crisis. That's why I remember sometime I had a question. One time I had a similar question, and I said there is a huge crisis within most of the non-Muslim societies regarding what? The balance between men and women. And someone said, "No, this is, you just invented this. What is the proof for that?" I said, number of things. Number one, the who in most of the societies, who accept Islam more, women or men? Women in most of these societies. So if Islam doesn't value them and they are happier in or within non-Islamic setup, then they wouldn't leave that to come to a deen, as it is said, that will restrict them, restrict them the way they behave, it will restrict them the way they dress, it will restrict them whom they can marry, or whom they can have intimate relationship with, and so on and so forth. Why do they come to this religion? And I remember, by the way, my supervisor, Kate Zabiri, Kate Zabiri, she's a professor in SAWAS. She wrote a book about women. What's the title of the book? What's the book about women converting to Islam, or converts to Islam? And I think the other book was about women converting to Islam. She said to me, I was shocked. I thought that men who convert to Islam are more than women. And in reality, women who convert to Islam are more than what? Men. And when they come to Islam, they don't endorse a liberal version of Islam. They endorse what? A strict, according to her definition, version of Islam. Why? She said this is really surprising, because they find liberation in what? In the true Islam. They find what? Liberation in the true Islam. Had they find liberation in anything other than Islam, they will go to that. They will find actually that they are themselves. They feel secure, first of all, in terms of their identity, let alone their akhirah, and after they die, and who created them, and what is the purpose of life. Before that, they find that there is no internal conflict between who they are as biological entities and their identity. They found the inner peace in Islam. Okay? So the point here is which society. If you are talking about the Muslim society, who said that they value masculinity more than femininity? Who said it? Who said so? Who said so? Okay. I posted once a picture of يعني Muslims in Afghanistan, forget about Taliban, Muslims in Afghanistan, when they travel, they have basic, transportation system. They don't have a system, just the trucks and those old buses. So what do? Women, they go inside, and men, they go what? On the roof. Naturally, they what? They want to protect their women. Naturally. And there was another picture of a man and his wife. Yeah? And a donkey. So the man, he put his wife on the donkey, to ride the donkey. And he was, although he was an old person, I don't know, his wife or maybe his daughter, I don't know the picture, there was no, they were wearing this, Afghani clothes. And he was what? Although an old person, was walking, and driving, or what's the word? Leading the donkey. Naturally, he did not take any course about what? Women's rights. Naturally, we have been told, if you are a man, then what? Protect the woman. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Okay, I always say to our sisters, if you are with your husband, he's driving or you are driving, but there is a puncture, the tire went what? Flat. What do you call it? Puncture. Puncture. Who goes to check it? Your husband is sitting, relaxing, and you go and check it, and you change the tire. Have you seen? I don't know, even non-Muslims, I don't think that they will do something like this. Agree or not? Yeah? Okay, Muslims, why? What? No way that a Muslim will do this. Agree or not? Okay, you are sleeping with your husband in the house at night. You heard what? Noise downstairs. What will happen? You will now be a muscular and go downstairs to check what is happening. Yes or no? Your husband will not, if he is your husband, a man, even if he is a weak man, he doesn't accept that. You go and you check, yes or no? But he doesn't need to take a course about women's rights. Now, okay, even forget about this. Forget about this. I always say, if you want to know whether this person is a female or a male, just to check three things. Not the fuqaha. The fuqaha said check how they weep. No, I said no. Check how they gigi. Gigi. What does it gigi mean? Bring one of three things. A mouse. Cockroach, and a lizard. A mouse, cockroach, or what? A lizard. This will be the real test, whether this person is a female or a male. Now you might say, well, there might be exceptions. There might be exceptions, but not with all the three. Maybe there might be a lady that in front of a mouse, she's very brave, but she will not be brave in front of what? Cockroach or a lizard, and same thing if she is brave in front of a lizard, she will not do the same thing in front of a mouse or cockroach, But even if the man is weak or he runs away from a mouse, he will not run, away from what? Cockroach or a lizard. So where is this society that values men and masculinity more than, yeah, it is not the Muslim. And subhanallah, my dear respected brothers and sisters, yeah, my dear brothers and sisters, a man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, who is the most deserving what person of my kindness? What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? Your mother. Then he said, okay, Ya Rasulullah, and then who? And then your mother again. And then who, Ya Rasulullah? He said, and your mother again. Ya Allah. And then who, Ya Rasulullah? Miskin, we are father. We, as I always say this, we as fathers work, yani sorry to use this language, but we don't mind yani using this language. I'm not very sensitive about men. Okay, I'm very sensitive when it comes to what? Yeah? When it comes to women. We work as donkeys in the streets. Yeah? You see them in some countries, men working under the sun, and it is 50 degrees centigrade. Yeah? In a very miserable situation. And we don't want our women to do that. Yes or no? Yeah. Sisters, you might say, well, my husband is not like this. All sisters say, my husband is not like this. My husband is not like this. Come on. As I said, if you show femininity, then your husband will, then his nature, which is the masculinity, will what? Will come out. And this will what? Will make you a compliment to your husband, will make your husband a compliment to your, to you. And subhanallah, Allah Jalla wa Ala mentioned this in another verse. Yes? Again, in a very amazing and eloquent way. Very eloquent. هُنَّ لِبَاسٌ لَكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ لِبَاسٌ لَكُمْ. You are like what? Garments for them, and they are what? Garments for you. Subhanallah. This is the relationship. No need for any kind of conflict. I need her as what? A garment. She covers me, my clothes, and she needs me as well, as I am her garment and her clothes and her cover. Simple. Okay. Yeah.
How do I maintain my connection with Allah when I am very busy at home with children?
Okay.
And my salah is disturbed?
Okay, very good question. How do I maintain my relationship with Allah Jalla wa Ala while I am busy with my children? Yes? Sisters, look at the hadith that we have mentioned. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you pray your 5 times, maintain your salah. There was not much emphasis on what? The supplicatory prayers. Do your fard properly. Yeah? Your fard, salah properly, the 5 fard. And this is the problem of many of our sisters. When they serve their husbands, when they serve their children, they don't think that they are doing what? Ibadah. So they don't feel connection with Allah when they what? When they cook for their families. My dear sisters, I say to my sisters, yeah, to my sisters, daughters, to the sisters in general, you know that if you stand in front of the mirror to dress properly and to beautify yourself for your husband, yeah, and when he comes, be so feminine with him. Oh, darling, I really missed you. Or even, yeah, when you text him, I'm missing you. When are you going to come? Yeah? You should try to remember that this is ibadah. So when you stand in front of the mirror, or you are selecting which type of clothes you want to wear because of your husband, look at this. Think of it as ibadah, then it will be a spiritual exercise. Does that make sense? It will be what? A spiritual exercise. And then you feel closer to Allah. Yeah? And I don't want to use the word يعني okay. طبعا the hadith, it is weak. حسن تبعل إحداكن لزوجها is equal to jihad. يعني showing your femininity in front of your husband, for your husband, this is equal to the jihad of men. Yeah, it is weak, okay, but the meaning, or part of the meaning, is what? Is valid. So, sisters, if you have a dichotomy between serving your husband and your children, and you think that when you are distracted by your children, this is taking you from ibadah, you are wrong, because you should feel that you are what? Doing ibadah. And then that service will be a spiritual service. Yeah? Like the word that I have used sometimes, I don't know whether it is, anyway, I say from an Islamic perspective, when the Prophet ﷺ said, وَفِي بُضْعِ أَحَدِكُمْ صَدَقَةٌ, yeah? When you have intimate relationship with your spouse, this is sadaqah. So I said, this is, where do you find this in any system in the world? Where do you find something called, sorry for the language, spiritual sexuality? Yeah? What is it? Spiritual sexuality. Yeah? Or spiritual sex. Where do you find it? The only system where you find this is what? Is Islam. We don't have the sexual relationship just as animals. No, it is what? A spiritual exercise. It is what? A spiritual exercise. Yes.
Someone asking about istikhara. They're saying that if they are doing istikhara for a particular situation, and everything is working out, but their heart is not at ease, everything in their pattern is working out. What should they do?
Yeah, this is a good question. I don't know. Shall I repeat it because it might not? Yes. Okay. So the question is, if I want to decide on a matter and I'm doing istikhara, and then it seems that everything is working fine, but I don't find that my heart is accepting that. I don't find that my heart is accepting that. So what shall I do? Repeat the istikhara. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. Yeah? There is no limit. And also, do your homework. Consult. Yeah? And then, yes, then based on all of these matters, and do like a comparison. If I do, if I don't do. What are the pros and cons? Then go for that. After all of this istikhara, if you find that, well, I am really happy with that choice, and everything is going smooth, go for it. But if you feel that, oh, still I am a bit confused, then add all those factors, yeah, and okay, have a table, pros and cons. And then if you find that the pros more than the cons, then go for that. Yeah, decide accordingly. Sometimes you might consider that what? That maybe I leave the entire matter because I'm not finding, a good outcome. After repeating the istikhara a number of times and after good amount of consultation. Yeah.
Someone's asking about flying on an airplane. If the flight is between Dhuhr and Maghrib, so they miss the Asr whilst they're on the plane. Should they pray their Salah whilst on the plane? If there's no way to pray, etc., should they sit and pray? And do they do qada there once they reach the destination?
Or what? What is the other option? We need to understand what is the other option.
So what should they do in this situation? So they're playing from Dhuhr to Maghrib. Now for Asr Salah, do they pray for?
Okay. Yeah. So if a person is flying, from Dhuhr to Maghrib, what shall that person do in terms of Asr Salah? Okay. We say that, if it is really hard for you to pray Asr Salah in the plane, it is really hard, and you are going to miss number of the arkan of the Salah. For example, praying, you will not be facing the Qibla, you will not be standing, maybe you will not be doing your tahara. Then it is better for you that you pray Dhuhr at home and what? Do Jama' with it, at home. But when you do Jama' at home, then pray Asr 4 rak'ah, not 2 rak'ah, because you are praying what? At home. To be on the safe side. Some scholars said pray 2 rak'ah, but it's better that you do it what? 4 rak'ah, because you are what? Praying at home. Now, if you say, well, my madhab is against Jama', I don't do Jama', we say you should consider the view of the Jumhur, where they allow the Jama' in certain circumstances. If you say, well, no, then there is no point of the question. Then pray Dhuhr, at home, pray Asr when the time comes, in the plane, in whatever the situation is, no standing up, no facing Qibla. I don't know whether there is a person who will go for that choice, And if you want, once you arrive, before praying Maghrib, just to be on the safe side, repeat your Asr. If you were praying against the Qibla. But if you were praying towards the Qibla, even if you were praying in a sitting position, then, inshallah, that Salah is valid. However, if you still want to be on the safe side, then repeat your Asr once you arrive. The biggest problem here is many people delay Asr until what? Until Maghrib time. This is a huge, brothers and sisters, under no circumstance it is allowed for you to what? To delay Asr until what? Until Maghrib. If you don't have wudu, if you are not facing the Qibla, if you are not going to stand up, if you are not going to make ruku' properly, if you are not going to make sujood properly, no problem. Pray as much as you can. Ittaqullaha mastata'tum, but don't delay. Number one, Asr until what? Until Maghrib. Number two, Fajr until what? Sunrise. And number three, what? Isha until Fajr. This is by consensus. Allah Jalla wa Ala says in the Quran, Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Salah was prescribed on believers on certain times. And in the Quran, why did we say those awqat? Yeah, because the scholar said that we have 5 prayers with 5 different times. However, they are 3 when we combine them. So Fajr, Dhuhr and Asr is 1 time, yeah, and Maghrib and Isha is 1 time, which means 3 times. This is what Allah Jalla wa Ala says in the Quran. أقم الصلاة لدلوك الشمس إلى غسق الليل, which is Dhuhr and Asr. Yeah? And غسق الليل, Maghrib and Isha. وقرآن الفجر, إن قرآن الفجر كان مشهودا 3 times. Okay? That's it. طيب, there are some other questions, but we need to stop here because we have another program. May Allah Jalla wa Ala reward you, my dear brothers and sisters, and inshallah see you in another live Q&A. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.